I'm a father of two at the moment. Have a 6-year-old son and a almost 5-month-old son. And we had a 4-month and 6-day-old daughter that tragically passed from sudden infant loss, and that's how I got connected with Angel Eyes. Jalen is nonstop energy, crazy, bounce off the walls all the time, kindergartner. Keeps us on our toes, my wife and I. Claire is her name. Yeah, Jalen was very much, I'd say, our probably reason for keeping on and keeping going after we had lost Juliet, was our daughter. But Jalen's awesome. He's a very outgoing, fun-loving, excited about everything little guy. Not unlike his little brother. Donovan we're very fortunate. He's another little bundle of joy, really happy, cheerful guy, and it's amazing the power that is behind a child's smile. That power is pretty contagious. Juliet was similar to her brothers. She was just happy all the time, just cheerful, smiling, and we like to say, kind of just had to jump on board in our lives. When we had her, let's see, Jalen was he 4? Just about 4 at the time. So our life in so many ways was very much in motion, and she just kind of had to come along for the ride. And whether it was taking Jalen to a soccer practice or to and from school or whatever the case may be, she, all right, come on, baby girl, here we go. You got to come with us and do this. And she was always just a good sport and cheerful, and we like to say she was unconditional love. She was just that really strong force, presence in our life of she was our baby girl, the family's baby girl. Yeah, so it was, needless to say, it was a tragic day, losing her. It was boy, hard to put into words. But again, having had the opportunity to meet her and have some time with her, certainly is better than nothing. It may be a little easier to say that now than it was when it first happened. But yeah, she is a guiding light, I would say, still in our lives at this point. We like to think our guardian angel. Play-based therapy for our eldest son with Angel Eyes has gone very well. It's basically a situation where your child is able to express themselves, express their emotions, their thoughts and feelings through a whole array of toys and figures and structures and all these different things that they're able to express how they felt, how they're feeling. And it's really worked out well for our family. We're big fans of the play-based therapy. So the one-on-one therapy offered at Angel Eyes has been very beneficial for my wife and I. We are kind of private people, and obviously going through something like sudden infant loss is it's life-changing, earth-shattering, just completely unfathomable. And the idea of sharing some of your most intense, some of your most personal, deepest feelings with strangers can be a little daunting. And for us, having the option to just speak in a more private, more personal setting was very appealing and very comforting for us to just feel like, hey, we're just in this very intimate setting. We can say anything we want. There's no judgment. There's no right or wrong answer. You can just let it out. And people at Angel Eyes are so good at just being good listeners and being supportive and letting you know if there's certain things they see that you may be doing or not doing maybe that could be beneficial to you, kind of pointing out, hey, have you considered this maybe, or try looking at it from that angle, or have you taken the time for yourself maybe to just go get some exercise or do something that could be healthy spiritually, emotionally. For myself, I take great pride in being a man in my house, and so when it comes to doing the paperwork or writing bills or all these things, that life asks of us, these are the kind of things I really enjoy doing, and I found myself sort of maybe being a little overboard with those kinds of things in the wake of the loss of our daughter. And the people at Angel Eyes were good at kind of pulling me aside and saying, hey, you know, this is fantastic. You're doing all these things to make sure that your wife and your son and everybody is functioning, and you're sending out the bills and taking care of all these responsibilities. What about you? And that was really good for me to be reminded to stop and say, you know what, okay, good point. If I'm no good to myself, if I'm not taking care of myself, getting exercise, making healthy lifestyle choices, I'm not going to be good for my family. If I could offer any advice to families going through the grieving process, it would, number one, be to fully embrace it. Close family friends of ours offered that advice to us early on, and in the midst of countless cards and flowers and outpourings of love and support, there was something about a certain family member of ours who stopped by, and they had experienced a tragic loss of a much older relative at one point in their lives. But they had mentioned to us, they said, guys, you have to embrace this. Unfortunately, this has happened. There's no changing it. It's part of your reality now. It's part of your story. This is woven within the tapestry of your family, and there's no changing it. And you have to address your feelings. You have to work through those feelings, because it's not going to magically happen on its own. And the second piece of advice I would give would be to reach out and lean on those around you, friends, family, whoever it may be. And that's where Angel Eyes comes in, as being a tremendous source of support through just unspeakable circumstances. And maybe lastly, I would say, go take it easy on yourself. Don't beat yourself up. It's so easy to do. You go back in your mind, and everyone's circumstances are different. But you know, you can't change what's done, and you got to take it easy on yourself. Don't let the guilt eat you up. It's so much easier to say. It's a very difficult thing to honestly not let that happen. But whether you were there when your child tragically passed, or if they were in the care of someone else, which was our circumstances, you have to forgive. You have to forgive yourself. You have to forgive others. You can't change what's been done. All you can do is move forward. So you have to make positive, healthy lifestyle choices for yourself and for your family.